You're jet-lagged. Your eyes sting from the dry cabin air. Above you, the bright white lights of the arrivals hall make everything feel a little too sharp, a little too real. You shuffle forward in the immigration line, pulling your carry-on, glancing at your phone. 3% battery. Finally, you reach the front. The officer looks up, expression unreadable, and with a tiny tilt of the head signals, "Next."
That 2 to 3 minute conversation that follows can decide everything.
You either walk through those sliding doors into freedom, or you get pulled aside for a few more questions in a room you definitely don't want to see. Most travelers think this is random. It's not. Welcome to US Citizenship and Visa. On this channel, we break down US immigration and travel rules so you don't learn them the hard way at the airport. In this video, you'll learn the 10 most common questions US immigration officers ask at the border, what they're really looking for with each one, how to answer clearly, honestly, and without sounding nervous or suspicious. Extra pro tips to avoid accidental red flags. Same confident tone as a seasoned traveler. Packed with real information, not just smile and relax advice. Let's start with the very first line you're going to hear. Question 1. Can I see your passport? Sounds basic, almost automatic.
But that first request isn't just about a booklet.
It's your first test under pressure. When the Customs and Border Protection, CBP, officer says, "Passport, please," they are watching. Do you know exactly where it is? Do you fumble, drop things, or panic? Do your hands shake? Does your voice crack? Do your eyes dart around? They see thousands of travelers a week. Tiny signs of stress stand out. What's happening on their side? They scan your passport and instantly see your past U.S. entries, visas, flags, and sometimes even notes from previous interviews. Your name is checked against security databases and watch lists. If you have a visa, they check that the visa type matches the story you're about to tell. How to handle this moment? Keep your passport and any required documents, like visa approval, I-20, DS 2019, work petition, etc., in one easy access place, not deep in a backpack under snacks, books, and chargers. When asked, hand it over firmly and calmly. You can say something simple like, "Here you go." "Of course." No jokes, no nervous commentary, no apologizing for existing. Your calm here says, "I belong in this line. I know why I'm here. I'm prepared." Question 2. How long will you be staying in the United States? This sounds friendly, but it's a core risk check. The U.S. is extremely strict about overstays. If you stay longer than you're allowed, even by accident, it can cancel your visa, affect future applications, lead to bans from re-entering. So when the officer asks, "How long are you staying?" they're checking, does your answer match your visa type and your return ticket? Do you sound clear and sure, or confused and vague? Does your stay length seem reasonable for your stated purpose? How to answer. Be short, specific, and confident. 10 days. 2 weeks. I'm here for a conference from the 12th to the 16th. Then I fly home on the 18th. You do not need,
Well, maybe around 2 weeks, unless my friend invites me to another city, and then I might.
That kind of ramble sounds uncertain and invites more questions. Pro tips. Know your exit date before you land. If you have a return ticket, remember the date or have it easily accessible on your phone or printed. Never say, "I'll see how it goes," or "I might decide later," on a tourist or business visa. That suggests no clear plan to leave. Clarity equals control. Control calms officers. Question 3. What is the purpose of your visit? This is one of the most important questions in U.S. immigration. On their screen, the officer already sees your visa type, if you have one, whether you're visa exempt or using ESTA, sometimes details from your previous applications. They're checking whether your answer matches the law and the category of entry you're using. Common, safe categories: tourism, vacation, visiting family or friends, business meetings or conferences, B1, studying, F1, M1, J1, with proper documents, approved work, H1B, L1, O1, etc., with paperwork. Your answer must be accurate and consistent with your visa. Examples of good answers: tourist, no visa, ESTA, or B2. I'm here for vacation, visiting New York and Chicago for 10 days. Business, B1 or mixed, B1, B2. I'm here for a trade conference in Las Vegas. It's 4 days, then I fly back. Student, F1. I'm starting my master's program at and arriving early for orientation. Very important. Do not describe activities your visa doesn't allow. On a tourist visa, ESTA, don't say you're coming to work, do freelance, or stay long-term and see what happens. Even remote work for a foreign employer can be sensitive. If your plans are complicated, talk to a qualified U.S. immigration lawyer before you travel. If your true purpose is not allowed under your current status, the solution is not to invent a story. The solution is to get the right visa first.
Lying to a U.S. immigration officer is serious. It can mean immediate denial of entry, visa cancellation, long-term flags in your record. Keep it honest, keep it simple, keep it aligned with your visa. Question 4. Where will you be staying? This question tests how prepared and how real your trip is. They don't expect you to memorize full addresses, but they do expect a clear first destination, a logical plan that matches your purpose and length of stay. They may ask, what hotel? In which city? With whom? Examples of good answers: hotel. I'll be staying at the Holiday Inn in downtown Los Angeles. Multiple stops. First 3 nights at the Marriott in Boston, then a week with my cousin in New Jersey. Staying with family or friends. I'm staying with my sister in Houston. Have the address and contact details ready in your phone or on paper in case they ask for more. Hotel name and city at minimum. For private homes, city and state, and optionally the street address if requested. Why this matters? For tourists, a confirmed place to stay shows you actually planned your trip. For students and workers, it shows your landing plan makes sense with your school or employer's location. If you say, "I'm not sure yet, I'll decide when I get there," on a short-term visit, that can sound careless at best, suspicious at worst. Planned, not perfect. You don't need every hour mapped out, but you do need somewhere to sleep your first nights. Question 5. What do you do for work or study? This question quietly reveals a lot. Do you have ties to your home country? Do you have a reason to go back? Do you have the financial ability to support your trip? Officers are thinking in simple logic. Stable job or ongoing studies equals strong reason to return home. No clear ties, no income, long intended stay equals higher overstay risk. How to answer if you're employed.
I'm a software engineer at a tech company. I work as a nurse at a hospital. I'm a manager at a retail store. You don't need your entire resume. Job title plus general field is enough unless they ask for more. If you're a student, I'm a university student studying mechanical engineering. I'm in my second year of medical school. This shows you have a clear future to return to. If you're between jobs, self-employed or retired, stay calm and structured. Between jobs. I recently finished a job in accounting and I'm taking a short vacation before starting my next position. Self-employed. I run my own small online business selling. Retired. I'm retired from my job as a teacher. If they ask how you're funding your trip, be ready to explain simply savings, pension, family support, business income. One crucial note for the U.S. in particular.
If you're entering as a visitor, ESTA or B1, B2, you're not allowed to take a job in the U.S. or perform paid work for a U.S. entity while here. Even some forms of remote work can be questioned. If your true intention is to work in the U.S., you need a proper work visa, not a tourist entry. Again, don't try to talk your way around the rules at the border. Fix your status before you fly. Question 6. Are you traveling alone? Seems like small talk. It's not. When they ask, are you traveling by yourself, they're checking. Does your answer match the passenger data they already have? Are you part of a family, tour group, or couple? Are there any minors traveling with adults who are not their parents? This is a big anti-trafficking check. If you're alone, answer plainly. Yes, I'm traveling alone. If you're not alone, I'm traveling with my wife and 2 children. I'm with a friend. She's right behind me in the line. I'm part of a tour group. You don't need to explain
How you met the friend, your relationship history, who booked the tickets. If they need more, they'll ask. For families with children, if you're traveling with kids and only one parent is present, some officers may ask for a letter of consent from the other parent, especially on long trips. Ask basic questions to the child to ensure everything is safe. That's normal and part of child protection rules. Again, the key is consistency. They already see who's on your booking, who checked in together, who sat together on the plane. They just want your story to match the data. Question 7. Do you have friends or family in the United States? Now we get deeper. When an officer asks this, they are measuring 2 things at once: your ties to the U.S., your ties outside the U.S. If you're a visitor, tourist, business, short-term, strong family ties in the U.S. can make them wonder if you're planning to stay longer than allowed. If your answer is no, keep it plain and calm.
No, I don't have any family here.
No, I'm just visiting as a tourist.
Don't overreact or insist dramatically that you know nobody at all here. That can sound defensive.
If your answer is yes, be truthful but brief. Yes, my brother lives in Dallas. I have an aunt in New Jersey. My parents are permanent residents here. They may ask, what is their status? Citizen, green card holder, student, etc. Have you visited them before? How long have they lived here? Answer honestly and simply. You don't need to explain your entire family history. Important for visa holders. If you previously filled out a visa application, like the DS-160, and you said you had relatives in the U.S., the officer can see that. Your answers at the border should match what you declared earlier. Inconsistency looks worse than anything. Question 8. Have you been to the United States before? This one feels tricky to many people because they know the officer already has the answer. And yes, CBP has detailed records of your past entries and exits, in most modern cases, past overstays, prior visa refusals or cancellations, previous deportations or expedited removals. So why ask? They're testing. Do you remember accurately? Do you stay calm when referencing your travel history? Do you hide, minimize, or try to dance around past problems? If it's your first time, no, this is my first visit to the U.S. If you visited before, yes, I visited for 2 weeks last summer. Yes, I used to come on business once a year before COVID. Give a simple time frame. Don't launch into vacation stories. If you had issues in the past, this is sensitive but crucial. If you overstayed, were refused entry, or removed before, never lie about it. CBP almost certainly has it in their system. You might say, for example, if true, yes, I was denied entry in 2019 because I didn't have the correct documents.
Since then, I've applied again properly and received this visa. In complex or risky situations, you should absolutely speak with a U.S. immigration attorney before trying to come back. Border interviews are not where you wing it. Being honest about a past problem, especially one you've clearly resolved with a new, proper visa, is usually better than pretending it never happened. Question 9. Do you have anything to declare? What are you bringing with you? This is where many completely innocent travelers get into trouble. Customs and immigration are often blended at U.S. airports. You might talk to CBP about your purpose of visit and your luggage in the same interaction. Anything to declare isn't accusing you of being a smuggler. It's checking. Do you understand U.S. customs and agriculture rules? Are you carrying things that require special declaration? Things that may need declaring or extra care: food, meat, fresh fruit, vegetables, seeds, plants, certain dairy products, large amounts of cash, more than $10,000 total per family. Not illegal, but must be reported. High-value goods, expensive jewelry, professional equipment. Medications, especially controlled substances, large quantities, or those without a clear prescription. Commercial items, goods you plan to sell, not just personal use. You'll usually fill out a customs declaration, paper or electronic. Your verbal answer should match that. If you truly have nothing that requires declaration, no, I have nothing to declare. Say it calmly. Don't glance at your bags like they're guilty. If you do have something, be upfront. Yes, I have some packaged snacks and chocolates. Yes, I'm carrying more than $10,000 in cash with my family. Yes, I have some medication with a doctor's prescription. Then follow their instructions. They may ask more questions, send you to X-ray or inspection, take certain agricultural items away, like prohibited fruits or meats. Very important. Trying to sneak food, cash, or goods through can lead to fines, confiscation of items, in serious cases, more serious legal trouble. Honesty, spoken calmly and without drama, is almost always the fastest way out of customs. Question 10. Can I see your return or onward ticket? This is the final structure check. For most visitors to the U.S., tourists, business travelers, some students, or temporary workers, the officer wants proof that you have a realistic plan to leave, you can afford to leave, your story about how long you'll stay is backed up by an actual booking. They might ask, when are you leaving? Do you have a return ticket? Do you have onward travel arranged? Best practice. Have your return or onward ticket ready on your phone or printed. Keep it with your other important travel documents: itinerary, hotel booking, invitation letters. Good responses. Yes, I fly back to London on March 22nd. Here's my booking.
I'm going to Canada after this. Here is my flight to Toronto. If your plans are flexible or you plan to travel overland, bus, car, etc., be prepared to explain your plan clearly and show you have the financial means and time frame to leave. Even if your ticket is flexible or refundable, immigration doesn't care if you change it later. For them, it's evidence of your intention right now. Fumbling through multiple bags, searching 5 minutes for a screenshot, looking confused about your own departure date, those all make you look unsure, even if you're not. Smooth, fast, prepared equals trustworthy. Beyond the questions, what officers are really reading? You've now heard the 10 most common questions, but there's a bigger secret. The interview is not just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself while you say it. From the moment you step to the desk, officers are reading, are you reasonably calm considering jet lag and nerves?
Are your answers consistent with each other, your documents, and your visa? Do you seem organized or chaotic? Do you over-explain simple things, often a sign of anxiety or hiding something? You don't need to act like a robot. You can be tired, shy, or nervous. That's human. But you want to project 3 things: prepared, passport ready, basic details memorized, purpose, length of stay, where you're staying, supporting documents accessible if needed. Honest. Your answers match your visa, forms, and bookings. You don't contradict yourself. You don't try to turn a tourist visit into a hidden work plan. Brief. Respond to the question asked, no more, no less. If they want extra details, they'll ask. Your pre-flight checklist. Before your next flight to the U.S., take 5 to 10 minutes to get this in order. Passport valid for the required period. Correct visa or ESTA approval. Return or onward ticket saved and easy to show. First accommodation booking and address, hotel or family or friend. Proof of your purpose, if relevant. Conference registration, school I-20 or DS 2019. Work petition or approval notice. Basic answers practiced in your head. Why are you going? How long are you staying? Where are you staying? What do you do back home? Not memorized like a script, just clear in your mind. You've just walked, step by step, through the silent script behind the immigration counter. Now, when that officer looks up and says, "Next," you won't feel like a suspect. You'll feel like what you are, a traveler who knows the rules and is ready to follow them. If you found this guide useful, don't keep it to yourself. Someone you know is going to face this exact conversation on their next trip. Share this video with them. This is US Citizenship and Visa.